Welcome back to another episode of Crow's Newsletter. This week we're going to be talking about Star Fox. First of all, this week we'll get some Mario, Super Mario 64 going on. Obviously on Wednesday and Friday. Anything else? Not at the moment. Next week probably some Minecraft. Probably I said because I'm working on stuff on the World Offline. Really hard. Especially when you can create the best to like run Minecraft. Let's get started then, huh? First of all, Star Fox is pretty much like almost a flight simulator. It's nothing too special at the beginning when I say it like that, but as a matter of fact, it's more of a combat. It's more combat related than just flying around. Pretty much your group of team, aka Star Fox, against an enemy. So far, the first few games were just Andross. Now with in later games, you have a little more detail who you're fighting with. It's more like Star Wolf or some random reason. I'm gonna start with the like Star Fox, just the regular on the SNES. Which is pretty much more like Porygon shape, very simple, with little shapes around, more like Polygon, and it was just Jane Fox, usually Jane McCloud, which was pretty much was Fox McCloud's father in Star Fox 64, and pretty much he died in some horrible accident against Andross. Didn't make it, but that's pretty much it. How the Fox McCloud that we know is pretty much active. But it's very interesting when they flew on the game. They hardly ever talk about Jane McCloud ever. Star Fox 64. They mentioned him that he was a really good pilot, one of the best. But now that after a while, that they have said that Fox has moved on. He has beaten his dad in skill, but obviously his dad is a faucet. His dad will always be his model. Now, apparently, Star Fox Adventures is pretty much it's an okay game, even though I heard I should have read about it. It had a really bad ending, and I should have read about it, but I only saw or read about it. Just saw the ending of the video. But I saw it. It's really cool. The combat seems pretty legit. I will play it, but if I had the game, and I don't have the game, so obviously it's good, but not that good. Pretty much the real good ones were pretty much Star Fox and Star Fox 64, which was just pretty much you beat one stage, you're on to the next stage, and there was like no real pattern that you had to worry about. All you had to do was beat Andross, which that's pretty much it when you fight Star Fox. Star Fox Adventure. And I think it's I didn't really read about it, so I kind of skipped over that because it doesn't have the best, it has good, I read about it, it's not the best recorded, the games are okay, and also they have Star Fox 3DS, which is pretty much a remake of Star Fox 64, with obviously better quality, maybe, and a better multiplayer sequence. Which I personally was very excited when I saw it. Like, ooh, we get to see also combat skills. Never got 3DS though because they didn't have the money. But now I have the money, or I would say I have the money, but I could do it. It's a lot easier and more convenient for me to do something like that. Now I heard that they have another Star Fox game coming out on the Wii U. Soon. They have just announced the concept idea, but they haven't really mentioned anything else ever since E3 has passed by, which was pretty much a few months ago, June and that's pretty much it. Nothing else. Nothing too big, nothing too special. But that's what the most disappointing part about Star Fox series. It is so linear. The idea is so, simple that they can't really exercise an idea, exercise the game, too much. They say, hey, you gotta fly around to beat the enemy. That is what it is. You can't do anything about it. It's not like Super Smash Bros. Where the reason more fight to each other to death, because obviously there is no main enemy. The enemy is your friend, and you have multiple characters with stories. Super Smash Bros. Had a Taboo, subspace mission with Taboo. It was on one-time thing, and they just had adventure mode on Melee and regular story. Sorry, the regular mode on Classic on one-player mode on 64. Now, see, Star Fox has it's a one-player story. You can't have anybody join you. It's just you against everything else. Is to be. That's the difference. It has only one concept, one option, and there isn't much you can do. They have different options that different roads to get to the destination, but pretty much you can exercise as much as you can, and eventually it'll get to the point that it's getting repeated. Though it has a very high replay value when it comes to multiplayer, not so much on the story mode, due to the fact that everybody is pretty much the same. There's no proper way of measuring it other than who dies less or in the points. That's the only way. My brother beat the story on. He took the whole left path on Star Fox 64, and I did the same thing. Score pretty much the same. But when it came to combat series, he had an upper advantage due to the fact that he was playing more and more on one-player mode and knew the best techniques. When I just played one-player mode and just for the fun of it, and that Fox mode isn't really a competitive game that I would dig myself into. The button layout, other than left right, it's very, it has that simplicity with that complicated advancement. You can just do a little this and that, barrel roll, but if you really want to do, you learn all these techniques, you learn tricks, you might learn how to knock out two enemies with one shot if you're close enough. And obviously you obviously just waste less energy when you're more efficient. The advancement, not the best. Necessary, but it's so fun just to look at your friends look at you and say, "Yo, dude, this guy knows what he's doing on Star Fox," and that's pretty cool. Story mode, like I said, the first few games were about Andros, and after that it was kind of vague, really. One game was a date simulator, I heard. I didn't really play it. I played the game. The button layout was horrible. The story mode wasn't the best neither when how they introduced it. And on top of that, it was a really bad, setup automatically. It wasn't really inspired to be exceed the other games automatically. Which I wish they didn't do that. I think it was on the DS. I think if that one. Whoa. Sorry. Let me see what else. Graphics wise, yes, I have seen the graphics, and I seen obviously from the SNES. It was really it's a prototype of the 3D engine or Mode 7, that's what it was in SNES when you had that 3D option in Mode 7. But as they progressed to the 64, it got pretty decent quality, and obviously from Gamecube, pretty much the best quality we ever seen is pretty much from the Gamecube, which was a pretty detailed accuracy of every character, the best we can. On top of that, we had a more scaled model at the Great Fox, which that was probably some fantasy come true, but that's that's very interesting about the series. You know, they have same characters, same ideas. Overall, the game is good, but how would I replay value? Man, I haven't played Star Fox for so long, and I had that game downloaded, and all that good stuff, and I haven't taken my time to play it. So replay value, pretty much, I have to give it a 4.5 out of 10. Very low. I won't say anything worse, because I would have given it like a 1 or 2, but it still has a lot of, you know, working like improvements in it. Replay was very medium, maybe low, medium, but nothing too out of the ordinary. That's pretty good. Another, expect me to like hate a little bit more on Star Fox if I ever do more of a single individual game. Okay, that's pretty much it. Next week will be the F-Zero series, which it's the same thing as Star Fox, but it's very more interesting how they how to do a singular idea. This crow's gonna fly. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.